35-37, what's been happening?
Since then, many good things happened. But now recently I have my solo show in Paris at the moment, which is going on till 5th of April with Gallery Bendana-Pinel in the 3rd arrondissement. It's in 4 Rue de Perche. And now we're drawing now.
Can you give your name?
The name of my name is Alireza Shojaian. I'm a visual artist originally from Iran, but I'm based in Paris since 2019, almost 6 years. And yeah, I'm glad today. It's actually for the first time I'm sharing my work in Paris in a fair. It was quite challenging to get the opportunity, but I'm glad now with Gallery Bendana-Pinel I have this opportunity, which I'm sharing some of my very recent works. A mix of characters from Persian miniature. And,
which was always part of your theme,
yes,
right?
because I think what is very influential in Persian tradition of painting is the storytelling. And for me, storytelling is a very big, important part of art. So the elements from the Persian miniature comes always to help with the storytelling I want to do. And the other good news, this work is going to be exhibited at Centre de Vie Charité with 2 other works as part of an exhibition which is going to start from 17th of May till mid-November. It's in Marseille, so for the people that are in Marseille or they would travel there, it would be perhaps interesting to visit the exhibition.
So it's less political now.
Actually, the politic part is always there. I wouldn't say less political, because I think as long as there are rules controlling the body and the appearance or the identity of the societies, it is something political. It's not like we try to do something political. We have been put in a task of being political. Especially today in the Western world, with what is happening all around the sexual identity, I think it's very important to not underestimate the fact of just being present as a queer identity is political. Simply as that. We don't need to do something perhaps very direct or as a slogan. So we are here and we are queer. This is political enough, I guess.
And what made you cut your hair?
Well, it was a bit tough. I think I kept it for more than 4 years. And it was with the movement that happened in Iran for a woman life freedom that everyone was cutting their hair. I also wanted to be more similar to the person I was in Iran. So the first thing I thought would help me to feel like a bit closer to my society there was cutting the hair and becoming more similar to who I was when I was there. Because I was keeping the hair, growing it as a symbol of the duration of exile. And the good other news, recently I published a booklet which is called Stateless Faggot. And the card that you saw at 35-36 also is in it, with the letter of the lawyer of the art fair who censored it and called it extremely political. And it gives a very short story on who I am and where I was born, surrounded with the portraits of men who lost their life during the 8 years war between Iran and Iraq, and growing up as a child that the destination for him was becoming, someone who would give his life during the war for a masculine god who is demanding these young men being killed to accept, to meet them, and then becoming a painter and trying to regain or bring back the image that was erased from a society, because after the Islamic Revolution in Iran in 1979, they erased all the masterpieces that they had, the nudity. So they covered it with black ink. This is how we studied the art history in Iran. And the whole obsession of regaining this liberty of the body and the presence of what was erased from the society was very important for me. And we go with the consequences of it, which would be the exile and arriving to France and finding a new title, a refugee, and continuing until but some story with like how I integrated the Persian miniature and replacing the topic, because for example in this story the king is looking at a woman washing herself in the river. Here is replaced with a male body. Here as well there are women in the pool being replaced with a male body, or just simply the violence exists in those works, being so proud of wars. Those men that they are killing each other in that main context, here they are represented as lovers, as if you're a director who changed the role of the actors. And it continues with the birth of a character called Gabriel, which is also me, which Gabriel is a name I chose for the francisation of my name. I'm going to add a symbolic act to my name to be able to extend the story to the Western context with these medals that we had in France between 40s to 60s for men who would succeed to pass the Conseil Revision, to be able to serve military services. So if they were able to serve the military, they would be considered good for girls, good for the service, or simply good. If not, they were not good enough. And talking about the whole pressure that in a different context is being put on the male identity, and I believe until today is very present, but in a different layer. Thank you so much.
Great.